Dear friends, Shabbat Shalom and welcome. It's good to hear your voices. Yeah. We have reached the end of an horrific week of what some have described as the worst atrocity committed against the Jewish people since the Holocaust, and the most precarious moment for Israel since its founding. In the immediate aftermath of trauma, it can be so difficult to envision a brighter tomorrow. That may be why our tradition wisely teaches us not to offer consolation to the bereaved while their dead still lie before them. And even now, more dead are being discovered in Israel. During Shiva, we gather in a house of mourning and stand close beside those dear to us so they may feel our strength as their support. We are in Shiva, for these were our brothers and sisters in faith and spirit. And we are a house of mourning, for all Jewish congregations are part of the congregation of Israel. So let us rise now and stand together shoulder to shoulder. And let us offer prayers for healing for those wounded, safe return for those abducted, consolation for the families of those murdered, protection for those serving in Israel's defense, comfort for our people bound together in history and destiny, and health for all those among us or those in your hearts who may be in need of it. We continue on page 126. Let's remain standing, though.
Rifa'enu Adonai v'nerafeh, Hoshienu v'nivashea, El karov l'chol korav, ach karov lire'av yishor. We pray for healing of the body. We pray for healing of the soul, for strength of flesh and mind and spirit. We pray to once again be whole and Arifana. Oh, please heal us now. Refuat ha-nefesh, refuat ha-guf, refuat shelema. We pray for healing of our people. We pray for healing of the land. Peace for every race and nation, every child, every woman, every man. And Arifana, oh, please heal us now. Refuat ha-nefesh, refuat ha-guf, refuat shelema. Heal us now. Heal us now. Heal us now.
Please be seated. In light of today's Hamas global call to action, I was asked repeatedly whether we would be holding services tonight. My answer was unequivocal. Yes, absolutely. If hundreds of thousands of Israelis can mobilize on the front lines in service to our people, we can come to Temple to pray for them. Indeed, we as a Jewish community will do what we always do. We will put one foot in front of the other and keep going. We will draw strength from our tradition. We will draw strength from our brothers and sisters in Israel who today persevere with the remarkable courage with which they have always persevered in the face of terror. We will draw strength from those who keep us safe. And I want to acknowledge the presence tonight of members of the NYPD who are here worshiping with us and watching over us. Would you please join me in thanking them? And we will draw strength from one another, as we did on Monday afternoon when we gathered 800 strong on our Fifth Avenue steps for a service of mourning and solidarity with members and non-members alike. Joining us, too, were friends from the Christian and Muslim communities. As one of the oldest and most visible synagogues in New York, Temple Emanu-El has received expressions of grief and support from so many throughout our city. I want to extend special appreciation to Cardinal Dolan for calling me Sunday to share his concern and love, reminding us that we are not alone. I also want to reflect on a statement he made in support of the Jewish community. A secure and a safe home is surely intended by God for all his children. To have that home attacked is a sacrilege. To defend that home is righteous, the cardinal said. Those were profoundly important words because for those of us not in Israel, they precisely articulate the message we must affirm and amplify. If history is any guide, it will not be long before the initial groundswell of support for Israel following Hamas's horrific assault begins to wane as Israel recovers its footing and takes the steps it must to rescue hostages and root out Hamas and other terrorist groups. But let us be clear. Israel's response is no retaliation, no cathartic act of vengeance. It is a necessary act of self-defense. To defend one's home is righteous, and Israel has no moral choice but to protect its people and its land by destroying Hamas's terrorist enterprise. Led by America, most Western democracies were firm in their support for Israel this week. But as the war drags on and Israel continues to level Hamas infrastructure and hunt down its agents, that international support will waver, as it always has. So American Jews and all who support Israel must unite around a common message. What Hamas did to thousands of Israelis, and by extension to the country, the murders, the rapes, the kidnappings, were barbaric. There is no moral equivalence to be drawn when Israel responds in self-defense. To have a home attacked is a sacrilege. To defend that home is righteous.